Hello, howdy, hi, welcome. Come on in. Howdy, creepy hand wave. I think it's totally normal. A totally normal, not creepy at all hand wave.
Howdy.
Howdy. How was everyone? A nice good day, I can only hope. I'm annoyed because I feel like I definitely had dreams last night, and I know that they were like Elden Ring flavored, and that's as far as I remember. And I feel like they were interesting, but I'm like, I woke up and they shriveled away, and I was like, what the fuck? That's so annoying. I wish you could watch back dreams when you're fully awake, but perhaps that might be a little taxing on the psyche. But yeah, welcome. Come on in. It's the last week of streams. And, you know, fun fact, so not only is Saturday gonna be our big award show, but I think on Friday I'm gonna have a little bonus stream as well, because the Game Awards are on Thursday. Thank you. Rocks are for eating. Yeah, the Game Awards are on Thursday, and I will probably have opinions about those, so, yeah, I was like, well, I can stream on Friday then, and talk, because I'm sure as fuck not gonna, people who, like, stream it live and react, that sounds boring as sin. I do not want to watch their cringy award show. I just want to know who won. Nose hella stuffed as a dream. That as long as you wake up, but then you can breathe again, then that's the important part. Few things are more annoying than waking up and it's like, oh cool, I can't breathe. My nose has given up, so I got the one job, but okay. So yeah, that's exciting. I recently saw that Pow World did not make it into the like Player's Choice award, because there's one category that like just fans get to nominate their favorite game, and then, you know, it's kind of like a bracket system where they whittle that down and they're at the final bracket, and Pow World did not make it into the final bracket, and petulantly, I'm glad, because Power World is a shitty game. And it's not just because, oh, Pokemon. No. The fact that it pitches itself as Pokemon with guns, don't care. Other people should make Pokemon games, you know? I like Pokemon. I want more Pokemon games. The thing is that Power World isn't that. It's Arc. Or is it Raft? I can never remember. It's Arc, with a bunch of stolen art, and also the creator uses, like, crypto and AI, so, suck my ass. Fuck you. It's not a good game. So, it's Arc. Okay, good. Right, Raft is the one where this might blow you away. You're on a raft. But, more interestingly, is, I saw that the finalists for the Player's Choice Awards section it's a lot of gacha games. It's like Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, and then Black Myth Wukong and Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree. I'm pretty sure those are all of them. I can't remember what the sixth one was, if there was a sixth one, but I think it'd be funny if the gacha games did not win, because the gacha fans were like splitting themselves across all the different options. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Didn't Game Freak try to sue Pal World and try to trademark the gimmick of catching animals? They trademarked the Pokeball, basically. And I say, good. Fuck Pal World. They can suck a fart out of my ass. Boo-hoo! Game Freak tried to sue them because they tried to rip off a bunch of stuff from their games. Oh no, not the art thieves. Oh, can't someone just think of the shitty art thieves making a crappy acid flip game? Oh, booey-hoo! Plant Doug, Plant appears. Yay. So yeah, I'm delighted that they did not make it through to the final round, because genuinely I am glad that more people are more willing to vote for an actually good game as opposed to trying to have a dig at Game Freak. Ahaha, we're gonna make Pow World the #1 voted option. Fuck Pokemon and Game Freak. Game Freak does not care. No one at Game Freak gives a single shit about whether or not Pow World gets any awards. Game Freak is still the most successful, like, they are they make plenty of money, they make plenty of games, they're so, you know, and whatever happens to some Western company in a Western award show, they don't fucking care. And I'm glad that enough people were like, wait, let's actually vote for Black Myth Wukong instead. Because, you know, it's problematic behind the scenes too, but at least the game is good. The only reason anyone gave a shit about Pow World is because of all of its, like, all the art thievery, and then that Game Freak took legal action. Without that, without a discussion around whether or not they were stealing models and stuff, no one would have given it a second thought. That's a dime a dozen. Markiplier plays it once with Bob and Wade, and then never touches it again, and no one ever thinks about it again kind of game. A lot of gacha fans in Pow World are just depressed they didn't get into the game show. I mean, plenty of the gacha games did, though. There's a whole mobile game section that's, like, all gachas. Speaking of gacha games, I do hope that the Pokemon TCG game wins that category. I've been playing it, and it's great. Hang on, let me get a sip of water. And obviously I like it because I like Pokemon. But, and opening like card packs, regardless of what it is. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Since Yugi saved his grandpa. And then he kept doing things, and it was like, shouldn't it end? But you open a card pack, and it's like, it gives you a boost of serotonin. And the game, the whole TCG mobile game is that. It's opening cards, and also a very accessible way to do battles, which is really fun and cool. A good way to get new fans into it. But really, the thing I respect about it so much is every day, you get 2 gachas. That's it. You wait for your, in other things, you wait for stamina so then you can go fight monsters and maybe collect 2 of the points you need to then spend 4,000 on to get 1 of the gubbins you need to do one gacha, of which you want to do 10 at a time. And instead, Pokemon, you just wait 8 hours, and it's like, hey, you can open a card pack. And that's the gacha. Like, you open a card pack, you hope you get the rare card, or at least a new one, and you get to do that twice a day. And the fact that, because that's always the thing with gacha games. Doing the gacha is the fun part. I have unending amounts of respect for gacha games that are actually fun to play, but they are few and far between, I must say. And Pokemon Company just, it's great that every day I get to wake up and I get to open a card pack and be like, well, haha, I got Spinarak and Caterpie. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I have Caterpie. So it's just great. It's just, and it's the kind of, it feels like you don't have to spend a single cent on this game in order to enjoy it. You can just wait 8 hours, and they're very, very generous on giving you the gubs you need to, like, hurry that time up, you know? And it's just tons of fun. And I hope other gacha games kind of catch on to that sort of system that, hey, let your players actually do the gachas. And then if they enjoy it, they'll spend money on it willingly. Are you gonna try your hand at Infinity, Nikki? An excellent transition into me talking about Infinity Nikki. Yes, I've been looking forward to Infinity Nikki for quite a while. For those of you who don't know, Infinity Nikki, so the Nikki series it's been predominantly, I'm pretty sure, just a mobile game where it's dress up. You dress up a girl. Her name is Nikki. That's it. You do gachas to get new outfits for Nikki, and you make Nikki look pretty. And I've tried those mobile games before, but they load like fucking ass. I've got a decent iPad, and it's like, wow, this game looks pretty, but it loads horrifically. It's basically unplayable if you have like a limited amount of time. You know, I don't want to spend hours playing a mobile game necessarily, and it loads for hours. But yeah, Infinity Nikki is the newest iteration of the Nikki line of games. And it's on the PlayStation 5 and PC. I think it's also mobile. We're talking about Infinity Nikki. And I've got it for the PS5, and I think it's really hilarious that I own 2 games for the PlayStation 5. And it is Baldur's Gate 3 and Infinity Nikki. And that's how you know I'm a real gamer girl. But yeah, it's free to play. It's a gacha. And it does look cool. And honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably make a video about it, but I want to get some more time into it. Also, I've got quite a few videos kind of in the works right now anyway. But, it's really fun. So basically, it's like Genshin Impact, kind of. So, I'm sorry, Sariza, you missed the whole section of me explaining what Infinity Nikki is. So, you'll just have to figure it out as we go. Okay, so, imagine, you know how I've previously, like, made videos and discussed here on stream how Genshin Impact, the combat is shitty and ass and bad, and how I wish that the game was just running around a pretty world and maybe taking pictures. So Infinity Nikki is that. There is technically combat, but it's definitely, they know that their target audience are people who tend to play dress-up games. To the point that the first handful of tutorial boxes was, use the right stick to move the camera. Cool. Use the left stick to move Nikki. Got it. And then the third tutorial box was, you can move the camera and Nikki at the same time. And I was like, oh, this is for people who do not usually play video games. But the game is very fun. It's basically a collect-a-thon platformer. There is technically combat, but it's very simple, because it's not the point. The point is, you collect gubbins around the world and help people in this fashion-themed land, and you do all that so then you can get more outfits. That's the gacha. You get outfits. And also you can just buy outfits at the in-game stores. And also there's other in-game ways to get different outfits. The gimmick is that Nikki transforms into a different outfit to do basically any task. There's an outfit for jumping. There's an outfit for combat. There's an outfit for fishing. There's an outfit for petting animals. There's an outfit for catching bugs, etc. All of her powers, quote unquote, come with an outfit. And it's not like a full sequence, but yeah, just kind of like she just kind of pops into the new outfit. There's a nice little transition for it. However, I wish you got to customize what she wore when she did her abilities, because maybe I don't want to wear this specific dress whenever she does, jumping. Maybe I want her to wear a different dress. Kind of like Peach Showtime, but less a Mario game and more, it really is, it's Genshin Impact, but instead of combat, you get to run around a very pretty world and take pictures. Because it's a fashion game, there is a picture mode that's really decent, and what's fun is you can actually make Nikki invisible whenever you take a photo. So if you really just fancy the environment, you can basically play Pokemon Snap, but in Infinity Nikki. It is very Magical Girl coded. I wanted to be able to kind of headcanon that it was like a team of magical girls, but one, there are too many abilities to really kind of keep track of different characterizations, and two, you don't get to customize the outfits when you do the abilities. And I'm like, but I want the water one to wear a different outfit. But it's fine. It's whatever. You get to dress up Nikki, and you have a couple of different default options you can like choose between. I'm really, really enjoying it. Which is great, because I feel like I've got a bit of a poor track record of, one, trying Genshin clones and them being very bad, and two, trying fashion games and them being very bad. So it's nice that Infinity, it looks really great too. So the menus are terrible. It is, oh my gosh, there are goddamn menus within menus within menus. None of them are efficient, and it's also weird. You have to, okay, so usually you hit X to do things. You hit X to interact with things. If Nikki is given the choice of dialogue, you select what she says with X. But to progress dialogue, you hit circle. And I'm like, that's the back button. What are you doing? Why do you, so it kind of feels like, I like to think of that they are just incompetent and not maliciously trying to waste your time with the menus. This is like their first real video game, and it's pretty decent. Like, it's fun running around exploring. It's fun, you know, doing the platforming and parkour to, you know, scale buildings and such to get the collectibles. It's a pretty game, and if you like doing fashion, then you can do the fashion. And if you don't care about fashion, I don't understand why you're playing the game, but you can. And I think you can randomize her outfits, perhaps, but I'm not certain on that. Even if you hate fashion, her default outfit is very, very cute, so, you know, that can't go wrong with that. But also, even if you hate fashion, and you're like, I don't care about any of this, you can probably at least be like, well, I'll put her in that shirt because I like blue better, you know? So yeah, easy peasy. Great stuff. Highly recommend. You run around collecting stars in pretty worlds. It's like Mario Odyssey. If the player character wasn't hot. Nikki, shit, I need a jump. Magical transformation with generic music and takes 5 unnecessary minutes to do. I will say, so her transitioning into, like, doing the jump, it just being a quick flash, that's great. However, jump and attack just happen automatically, and then square. The square button is kind of a third action Nikki can do. For example, that's how you fish. That's how you catch bugs. The problem is that, like, you have to select that. You have to open a menu and select what you want Nikki to do. Oh, I've got her in pet dog mode. I need to switch over to bug catching mode so that she can catch bugs. And it makes it feel very clunky. That part is needlessly unsimple. I will agree. It feels like you should just have to hit circle next to things and they automatically, you know, like, oh, you're near a bug, you're trying to catch a bug. Whatever. I can't be too mad about it. It's a very casual game. But it just does feel like a very inefficient solution to this. And it being the entire gimmick. And it's so inefficient. So yeah, you know, it sparks a little bit of ire. Trying to random, but talking about this reminds me of those makeover games I used to play all the time as a kid. The ones where you give an ugly girl a makeover and all you do is remove her glasses, braces, and stuff like that. I never played games like those. I always just played like, oh, it's a makeover game and you've got like a default face, like, and then you like choose a lipstick color. You know, maybe, you know, change her hair, put on glasses, you know, choose some earrings, and since I always have my long hair, you can't see the earrings, so it didn't matter. Lillian's here! Oh my gosh! Welcome! I've been playing Infinity Nikki. It's generally what we're talking about right now. However, I do think I'm going to transition into talking about Mario, at least briefly, because Rocks Are For Eating had made me have a thought. Can't imagine going into a game and not immediately thinking, oh, what cool outfits can I find? I think that sold me on Dark Souls more than anything else. Honestly, Yeah, Elden Ring, it was like, that looks good, I guess. And then it's like, you can customize your character, and they don't even look horrific. And it's like, alright, well, you know what? Maybe I'll play it. That seems right up your alley. Imagine you've been having a blast. I really have been. It's everything I wanted Genshin Impact to be. Genuinely. Highly recommend. And it's free, so there's no harm in trying it out. You know, it's not like you waste any money or anything. Giving it a shot. I will say, you basically need Nikki either on the PS5 or PC. The mobile version is infinitely worse looking. And at that point it's like, what's the point? But yeah, I had the thought, guys, Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, smash or pass? I'll let you all answer that. I've seen those ones I play where the girls dress up game sites on a computer. Yeah. Those, like, I don't even know what websites those used to be. It feels like there were so many of those where you could just play a bunch of shitty games, and so many of them were dress-up games. Does Infinity Nikki have cute boys? Yeah, I guess. None of them are like, they're all twinks, you know, they're all pretty anime boys. So it's like, you know, I can appreciate a pretty anime boy, but, meh, I don't like mustaches, so I already lose. Luigi smash, Mario smash, Wario smash, what? Waluigi pass. Mario smash, Luigi smash, Wario maybe smash, what? Waluigi pass, personally. Pass all, not into mustaches. Smash everyone but Luigi, he deserves head pats. Fascinating. I'm fascinated by your answers. Okay, here's my hot take coming in. Sorisa, you are wrong. So first, Mario, pass. I feel like he's a one-pump chump. I feel, yeah, no good. You know, if he was a decent partner, then Peach wouldn't keep getting herself kidnapped by the biggest dick in the Koopa Kingdom, you know? Ace panic. So Mario is pass. Luigi is obviously smash. Luigi is a swell guy. He'd go down on you and he would enjoy it, you know? He'd willingly do that and want you to have a great time. The only reason you should pass Luigi is because he is taken. So, you know, I don't want to tread on him and Daisy's relationship. But he's a great guy, I'm sure. Wario is absolutely pass. I am flabbergasted by how many of you smashed Wario. His whole deal is farts. just a short, fat fart man. Aren't they all taken? The evil ones definitely aren't. Luigi is the most objectively taken one. Thought Wario Land had its own princess. Oh, admittedly, I didn't play Wario Land, but yeah, Wario is the most passable one. He's gross and terrible and greedy. He'd make you pay him for him to poorly have sex with you, and he'd fart all over you too. You're all crazy. But Waluigi is smash. It wouldn't be a romantic smash like Luigi. Waluigi would be like fucking crazy smash. So feral weird sex with Waluigi. But you don't let Waluigi sleep over. It's like, okay, cool, now you can leave. But yeah, that's my take on it. He's a treasure. He's worth the money. You know what, rocks are for eating? You can keep Wario. We don't have to fight over him. Waluigi smash, I don't care about anyone else. See, Messiah gets it. See people ship Waluigi with Rosalina? That's crazy. Honestly, I prefer, so Luigi and Daisy are cute and canon. However, I do kind of like Waluigi x Daisy as well. I think this is more of a fuck, marry, kill, and steal from type of question. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Fuck, marry, kill, and theft. The four mustache plumber boys. I think, so, fuck Waluigi. Marry Luigi, kill Mario, it hurts, but I want to steal from Wario because he would have the best stuff to steal. So, yeah, Yoshi and Bowser, smash or pass. Yoshi is an animal, so pass. Bowser, I think, would hurt you. I'm gonna pass on Bowser. They're the same height canonically? Yoshi and Bowser are? That's crazy. Headcanon Luigi is bi. Not important, but I just wanted to say, you know what? I don't hate that. Why not? So yeah, there you go. That's, who's smashing Yoshi? Rocks are for eating replies with white women. As a one of those, I am going to disagree, personally. But you know what, maybe I'm just not online enough. I'm gonna transition again. I know we've shifted a lot. Started with Game Awards, and turned into Pokemon, and then Infinity Nikki into Smash or Pass Mario. But I want to talk about Baldur's Gate. This is gonna be so lame, but I need to tell you guys because it was so cool, but it will be lame, but it was cool. Okay, so, in Baldur's Gate, spoilers for Act 3, but not like super plot spoilers. It's just, if you care about the previous Baldur's Gate games, you'll care, and if you don't, then you won't know who this character is, and so you won't care. Anyway, okay, so Saravok, he was like the final boss in previous Baldur's Gate games, and no, different guy. Saravok is a bad guy. He was like the final boss in the previous ones, I'm pretty sure. He's back, and he's a very tough fight in Baldur's Gate 3. Usually I don't fight him until I'm max level. Nope, different guy. And yeah, I usually don't fight Saravok until a pass Orion. Who smashes Toad? But, usually don't fight him until I'm max level, because he's very strong. Not only does he hit super hard, he's like, at your max level, he is always at least 4 levels higher than you. And he's got 3, like, girls with him. 3 ladies. And what they do is they'll, like, give him buffs and stuff during combat, and so you think, okay, well, I'll get rid of the ladies, so they can stop casting Sanctuary on him and stuff. But if you kill the ladies, then when they die, they give him, like, permanent boons. Like, one of them has, like, oh, I died, and so because of that, Saravok, if he hits you, he heals himself as well. They all have buffs for him if they die, so you actually it's a balancing act, but you don't really want to kill the ladies, at least too quickly, because otherwise then you're stuck with a ludicrously difficult fight. But I fought Saravok early, because I wanted to, basically, I want to go rescue my wizard who got kidnapped. I told you about him. He got kidnapped. He's still kidnapped, but I want to rescue him. And so, in order to do that, I need to fight Saravok, and I was really nervous about it. And to let you all know, I'm playing as a sorcerer in this playthrough, so I'm very squishy. But specifically, I'm a wild magic sorcerer, which means sometimes, every now and then, when I cast a spell, my magic goes haywire, and a random effect occurs. This effect can be something like, I am surrounded in fog, and which is lame, because that means I'm blind. Or, oh, someone was driving over a speed bump quickly outside. Or things that can happen is like, oh, it'll be like, oh, wild magic happens, now you can talk to animals for the rest of the day, and it's like, cool. And so I'm fighting Saravok, and I had this plan. I was going to bomb him. You get a bomb through some quests. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have my strong character throw the bomb next to him. And then I will, you know, cast fire upon the bomb and blow him up. And I did try that once, but we were all awfully close, and I did very little damage to him, and 3 of my party members died, so I reloaded. But the plan was still in effect. I was like, okay, I just need to plan differently. And so I kept a bunch of my team in the back, and me and the strong person went ahead, and we went around doing a little sneak maneuver, and then activated the fight, got the bomb set up, activated the bomb. I still did very little damage to him, but I didn't kill my whole party this time. And so we're trying to fight him, kind of the old-fashioned way. You know, we separated him from his ladies, though, so it was working out. But he has got a defense that's, like, impossible to hit. He's really hard to hit. However, there's a spell called Magic Missile. Magic Missile always hits. The thing is, it's just not very strong. And I'm like, well, even chip damage, is still better than, missing a really strong attack, over and over. And so I was like, I'll do a bunch of magic missiles, go. The thing is, every magic missile is its own special activation of a spell, which means at the higher levels, magic missile is more likely to activate wild magic. And so, wild magic activates. But luckily for me, what happens is the wild magic activated a boon that basically made all of our attacks have 100% chance of hitting. Also a critical hit on your next attack, and it did extra damage. And I was like, this is the only chance I have! And so I beat the fight, and I was really, really proud of it. We beat Sarevok at level 11, and I'm great at video games. Way to go me. Way to go me. So yeah, I needed to tell you guys, even though none of you cared. And I could tell none of you cared, because you all just continued listing Pokemon, or no, Mario characters and asking Smash or Pass. While I was clearly trying to tell a story. Funky Kong is obviously Smash. You got the you win boon, for real. So I can bank on never getting that lucky again. But that's alright. I thought it was cool. Well, thank you, Xstath. I appreciate it. Just got here, though. I still appreciate you. I don't know why hearing Magic Missile makes me laugh. It's like someone pulls out a Glock, like a cartoon or something. Hang on, let me get a sip of water. That's the thing. The spells are cast in a very cool way in Baldur's Gate. When the characters, like, say their little magic incantation, there's like a big, cool echo effect on them. It really feels grand. And makes magic feel really powerful and nifty, even if it's just like a small little fireball. Gonna buy Baldur's Gate for my wife and I soon. Hell yeah! You can play locally, like co-op too. So you can play with her. Isn't that neat? But a cool thing about actually playing D&D is that you get to customize kind of how you cast magic, and I'm usually not very creative. I'm usually like, okay, I'm gonna cast a, thing, and so I kind of just throw it at a guy, I point at a guy. But, Magic Missile could absolutely be one where, like, you literally make a finger gun and like, revolver fire. Grease is, my personal favorite. I've always got Grease whenever I play a character in D&D, and it's because I like to catch it on fire and catch bad guys on fire. And you can probably assume that I cast Grease by pretending to jerk off, like jerk off an invisible peen. Because it's funny and it's the best one. My second favorite maneuver to do in D&D is to jump onto bad guys. For some reason, I've always got in my head that I'll hit them better if I'm on them. Like you're fighting a big snake, and it's like I want to jump on. We're fighting a big deer. Can I get on its back? I'm always just trying to jump onto things, which really flies in opposition to my catch everything on fire tactics. But it is what it is. Cappy is pass. He's like a 12-year-old. And a hat. But moreover, like a 12-year-old. Another good one, I was playing as a, was it a cleric? Surely it must have been, if I had Toll the Dead. Maybe it was a warlock. It was a warlock, I remember. I was playing as a centaur warlock. And I forget the name of my patron, but it's, like a giant snake death god. And my quest was to basically kill a bunch of people and start a murder parade. Like a literal parade. That was what I was doing. We called ourselves the Grand Marshals. But that character was so fucking cool. But, so for Toll the Dead, what I would do is my character cast the spell by, like, reaching up and pulling an invisible, kind of like a train conductor's bell? Like a woo-woo kind of a thing. And magically blows the Toll the Dead bell. And that was fucking sick. The flavor of those spells was the coolest I have ever had. I need to play more Warlocks, because that was fucking rad. Every time I killed a guy with that, my snake god would, like, magically appear and like, eat their soul away. Hell yeah. Just be immune to fire, easy. Honestly, you know, if we encountered more tieflings on the bad guy side, I'd be really screwed more often. Because they are resistant to fire. She's the guy from Shadow of the Colossus. Which one, though? Oh, the guy, Wander. The guy, the man. Warlocks really are sick. I played one in my previous playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and that was really fun. Did I tell you guys about this? I think I did. Maybe not. So it's a little loose. You don't have to choose a specific patron, which makes sense, because there's, like, thousands. You instead just choose, like, a general category that they fall under. Which makes sense. But, my pop filter. But I thought it would be more fun to think of an actual, like, patron. But I didn't like any of the ones that I could find, like, any canon ones. So I headcanoned a patron, which was basically a tall, sexy, kinda, a sexy fey man. And the patron of like, love, I think I went with. It was either love or... No, it was desire. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the character I created and rolled with. Because it's... Baldur's Gate 3 is very fun, but it's more fun if you're really getting into, like, your character. And, like, role-playing spells. And you can do that with your companions, too. It's like, you know what, I think, even though it would be perhaps a good idea for us to have someone who can do cure wounds, I don't think this character would want to waste their spell slot healing people. No, not Doug. A patron is... So, a warlock gets their magic from a more powerful entity. Some type of god, or more god-adjacent type of character, like a demon, a strong fey entity, stuff like that. That is their patron. You know, think of it, it's almost like a cleric, but instead of it being literally like, I pray and my god gives me the divinity power to do my magic prayers, like clerics do in D&D. Instead, it's, I made a pact with Ursula, and now Ursula is my patron, and because of that, Ursula lets me cast spells. So, there you go. Are they moochers? I guess in a way. It's a pact has to be made for warlocks, so think of it also like Cubey. Cubey technically is like a warlock patron. You have to both agree to it, but it can very easily be a manipulation thing, from the patron perspective, especially on the demon side. You know, oh, you're gonna die? Well, what if I swoop on in and, hey, if you give me your soul, then I can give you some magic, and kind of a deal, you know? So that's what a patron is. But it can be more like, more like kind of symbiotic. It's not always oh, I'm trapped in this horrible contract kind of deal. So, yeah, there you go. My warlock patron is the wonky snowman outside my house. On the topic of are they moochers, there is a character in Baldur's Gate 3 who, when I was playing as a warlock, they called me a leech. Yeah, Faustian is a common way to do it, but, you know, especially with D&D, you know, you are only limited by your own creativity. So, for example, I opted to roleplay, it being like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, kind of a thing, where just a consensual, cool pact between it's like, hey, you can go around and do this thing for me, and in exchange, here's some cool magic for you, and it's like, hell yeah, this all sounds great. So, you know, do whatever sounds more fun for you. It's your evil sugar daddy, exactly. Patrons are the people that Twiins says the names of after videos. Also, I don't know, rocks are for eating. Eldritch Blast is like the default warlock spell, and I always read it in Travis Willingham's accent, like accent for his previous character in the Mighty Nine. What was his name? I don't remember, but he was playing an orc warlock, and he had like a southern accent. At least he was pretending to have one at first. It was a thing. It was related to his character. It was, you know, plot relevant. And I always read it as Eldritch Blast with the southern accent. But yeah, that's all I had to say. So I guess I'll wrap up by repeating everything I said at the beginning of the stream. Oh, I didn't think one of you had asked me this, but it was like right as I initiated my lame little story about Saravok. I didn't think the Stream Awards had happened already. I was fairly certain they were happening later in the week. Either way, I'll probably have a bonus stream on Friday so that I can talk about the Game Awards, because I'm gonna have opinions about the Game Awards. Also, don't forget that Saturday is when we're doing our award show. I'll be starting right after lunch for that one, so earlier in the day, kind of similar to when I usually start streams on Mondays. So yeah, there we go. Yippee! Want to stream with Twiins speaking in a southern accent? I don't know how good I could do that. One of my characters in D&D had a southern accent. It kind of wandered back and forth, though. It doesn't stick around very strong. All my characters kind of end up just being me, no matter how hard I try. They always turn into me the moment I get mad. What's this? We have to shush up us for Saturday stream, right? I don't know what that means. Is that zhuzh? Like zhuzh up? Yeah, you can dress up. You can dress up for the Saturday stream if you draw yourself. Somebody on Blue Sky tweeted at me. They made an outfit for me. That was very nice of them. But yeah, if you guys also want to draw yourselves all looking all fancy, that'd be delightful. But I also don't feel like you'll have to. Twiins' accent wandering between Southern British and regular, for real though. Like, I mean, you all heard my Italian accent when I did the adventure stream with Luigi. So yeah, I'll wrap up here because it's getting kind of late. I'll see y'all tomorrow. See y'all on the flip side. So goodbye. Goodbye, that's it. Get out of here. Stream's over.